So, so I have a mind, and the disease centers in my mind. That's what the big book says. It centers in my mind, not in my body. It would be academic to have this conversation at all if I never took the first drink. Because the drink is what sets in motion the allergy and the cravings and all of the terrible stuff that happens to me because I drink. But the problem centers in my mind. I have an obsession. In the first step, it says, glass in hand, I warped my mind. I have a warped mind. My mind is warped. It's never getting better. It's twisted. Things go into my mind and they go through the warper and they come out weird. I mean, my best story of that is, I think that I think I should put a little money away for my daughter's college education. Great idea. Starts to go in and starts getting twisted. Well, where are you going to get that money from? Nobody in your business works hard enough for you to make any extra money. And your wife, she wants a new car. That's not going to help you get more money. You need to get rid of your wife. You need to get rid of your business. And you need to get rid of everybody so you can be okay, so you can have a little extra money to put in your daughter's college fund. And so this great idea, what starts out as a great idea, is killing me because nothing's right in my life when I look at it. And it's like that with everything. I buy tickets to go to a concert. Sounds like a great idea. We're going to go to the concert. As it gets closer to the concert, I start thinking, there's going to be so much traffic. The traffic around those concerts is terrible, and my tickets aren't really that good. Why? I don't know why I bought those damn tickets. And then the parking's going to suck. And I haven't even gone to the concert yet, and I hate that concert. I'm so pissed that there's a concert and I have tickets to it. It started out as a great idea. So there's something wrong with me. And then that pain of having those concert tickets, I'm the world's biggest idiot. Why did I buy those tickets? I'm just an idiot. I'm such a loser. I'm so stupid. And then all those thoughts lead to, I'm a loser, I'm an idiot, nothing ever works out for me, I should kill myself. So that's why I drink. Those are some of the mental twists that lead me to a state of mind where I'm constantly restless, irritable, and discontent. And, I talk a lot about the disease because I have to be able to see the disease in the day that I'm in, how it operates. But really, this whole thing is about a treatment. It's about a way of life with no reference to the disease, except for knowing that I have it is the thing that propels me into going into the steps. So when I can see that I have this warped mind and that I have this diseased mind, now I could start to take a look at, well, what's the treatment? What is the treatment for this disease? What is the treatment for this mind-powered disease that's killing me? And it's 12 steps as a way of life, but I don't know anything about living the 12 steps. So I walk into the first step and it says, I'm powerless over alcohol. My life has become unmanageable. And I agree with that. When I was drinking, I was powerless over alcohol. And when I was drinking, my life was unmanageable. And I think my life is my car and my job and my girlfriend or my wife or my kids or my house, all the chores I have to do. Those are all unmanageable. But what's unmanageable is my inner life, my mind, what goes on inside of me. And I'm a complete defeat at doing anything in my life and being at peace. And that's why I drink all the time. Because when I drink, in the doctor's opinion, it says when I drink, I immediately get a sense of comfort and ease. Immediately. And I'm restless, irritable, and discontent, not because I need a drink. That's what I thought. I thought I was restless, irritable, and discontent because I needed a drink. But I'm restless, irritable, and discontent because I have alcoholism. So I'm always that way. And alcohol is the thing that gives me the immediate sense of comfort and ease. And now I'm going to have to do something as a way of life to produce a life where comfort and ease is part of that life. Where I could be happily and usefully whole right now, like it says in the 12 and 12. And the thing I have to do is it's terrible. I have to admit my hopelessness. That as a human concern, I'm a complete bankrupt. I'm completely bankrupt. Morally, physically, mentally, emotionally, materially, I'm bankrupt. And I have to, what it says for me, for my life, is that I have to admit my devastating weakness and all of its consequences. Otherwise, I'll have no happiness, none. My sobriety will be precarious, and of real happiness, I'll have none at all. So this is what's happening in step one. So I have to see these things for step one so that I can admit complete defeat. I am a complete defeat at being okay in this moment. My mind has a story about everything, and I have a fault-finding, opinionated mind that has fault-finding, opinionated ideas about everything that's happening right now in my life. And for the most part, I come to a meeting and I can't even hear what's being said because I'm so busy talking to myself about my old ideas, about the way I had to park, or the amount of money I have in the bank, or what am I doing with this same woman for 15 years. Whatever it is, my mind's talking to me about something. My body's here in a chair and I'm not even hearing a word that's being said because my life isn't important to me. When I can admit complete defeat, when I can stand ready to do anything which will lift my merciless obsession, which is this moment right now, if I stand ready to do anything right now, anything, to not be my mind, then I can walk into step two and I can ask this power to restore me to sanity right now. Right here, right now. Could you be with me? Right now, as a way of life, could you help me? Could you be with me? Could you tell me what to say? Could you help me hear what's being said? Could you help me be here in this room? And something can happen. You see, my whole life I've been trying to manage my life. I've been trying to figure everything out. I've been trying to get all my ducks in a row so I can be okay. And the program says, no, you don't do any of it. You admit that you're the wrong power, and then you come to believe by rightly relating yourself with a higher power, and that higher power is the thing that restores me to sanity. I don't restore myself to sanity, and I have to remember that because I forget. Every day my mind talks to me with authority and it tells me things and I believe it, and then I think I can restore myself to sanity if I only think rightly. I have the delusion that one day I'm going to wrest satisfaction and happiness out of this world if I only act right. And I never get it right. I always get it wrong. And so I stay on that treadmill of always being restless, irritable, and discontent. And then the thought of drinking comes back in. So if I could start rightly relating myself to this power and I could start to have an experience of being restored to sanity, which for me is it's like having a moment of peace where I'm actually in the room, where my body is where my mind is, and my mind is where my body is right now. And I have a moment of peace. And it's like nothing I've ever had before. It's quiet. It's so rarely quiet in my mind with alcoholism. And sometimes even the right answers come, even in step two, sometimes the right answers come of what I should do in this moment. And I get a taste of intuitive guidance. And I suddenly know how to handle situations that used to baffle me. And it's peaceful and it's good. And so and when I have this experience over and over again, by practicing the presence, when I have the experience right now, I get to make a decision in three. I can make a decision. I know that there's a power because I've experienced connecting with that power in the moment by sharing my life with it and having the experience of being at peace. It's mine. It's mine. You can't have it. You have to get your own. But I get to have it. I get to have an experience, and then I can make a decision to turn my will and my life over to the care of God, Or I can make a decision to turn my will and my life over to the care of me. And either way, I get the consequences. And that would be great. If I could stay there, that would be fantastic. But I have these things called resentments against everyone. Pretty much everyone I have resentment against. And so here I am. I'm all connected. I'm with my power. Everything's great. I'm talking to God, and I'm enjoying the weather, and I'm walking down the street, and I'm right there where I am, and I see someone sitting at a cafe. Oh, and that guy owes me some money. Or I cheated him out of some money, and that resentment takes me right back to self. Now I got to protect myself again. I got to start taking care of myself. I'm not a complete defeat. I got to watch out. I got to be on my guard. I got to get my muscle up. I got to get ready for Freddy when I get there. I got to be ready for what's going to happen next, and I start talking to myself about how I'm going to do that, and I'm right back in self. And so this whole program is a way of life. It's 12 steps as a way of life. It's not just 1, 2, and 3. It's not just being in a relationship with God. It's learning how to learning how to take inventory and how to see myself honestly. And it's about sharing myself with another human being, and it's about being restored to sanity in the moment that I'm in. And then, not to scare you, but then it's to make a list of all the people I've harmed, so that I don't have to walk up on somebody at a cafe and get ready and be scared and to be able to be completely free in the day that I live in, because I don't owe anybody anything. Because I've made a list of all the people I've harmed, and I became entirely willing to make those amends. And whenever it was appropriate and it wouldn't hurt the other person, I've made those amends. And the ones that I haven't made, I'm willing to. So if the person pops up, it's like, oh, thank you, God, for putting that person in my life. Now I can clean up another little piece of my past, so that I could be freer in this moment to be the man that you want me to be. I heard this crazy talk yesterday, and I can't get it out of my mind. God does not help me to do my will. My job is to fit myself into align my will with God's will. It says that exactly in the book. That's the right use of my will is to align it with God's will. And then God does everything for me to make that work out. I don't even use my energy. It's all God's energy. It's all a higher power to make the thing work that God wants to work here. How could God give me a will and then not give me the energy to carry it out? That's exactly what the 11th step says, right? Sought through prayer and meditation to improve my conscious contact right now in this moment with God as I understood Him. It's still saying understood Him, because by the time I get to 11, I have more understanding of what God is and how it works in my life. And then praying only for knowledge of His will for me and the power to carry that out. Well, that's what happens. God, I feel intuitively guided to do something, and then God gives me all the energy I need to get it done. So I'm not burning up energy foolishly trying to arrange life or God to suit my needs. Now I'm in the flow, and it's just being done, and I don't even hardly play a part in it. I just show up and say yes. And I have the best life I've ever known. The best life I've ever known. Right here, right now. And I thank you so much for being here and being listeners and letting me share. And I'm so looking forward to hearing from all of you about how your disease functions in the day that you're in, and your awareness of the disease in the day that you're in, and the application, what you're doing today to treat the disease, or not. If you're not, you can't share about what you're not doing. So thank you for letting me share.